How's everyone doing? Today I got a Blu-ray mail day in. Just 5 pickups right here, and if you've seen any of them, definitely let me know what you think of them. And one of the deals was for a Target. They recently had a buy 2 get 1 free for Blu-rays, and they had a lot of great options, so that was really cool. I do wish that they would have done like if you buy like the Scarlet box set for the Hellraiser set, Arrow Video, that you could have gotten like another one for free kind of deal. That would have been amazing, but still a really good deal in my opinion, and I'm souped on it. Yeah, so most of the stuff, like even Arrow Video and a lot of other more expensive titles were through that deal, so usually you don't see that for a lot of these deals, so that was a really cool thing. Unfortunately, I wasn't looking to spend tons of money. I really held back on it, but I did get a couple things. But first up, I'll show you from a Facebook horror group. I got this from another collector on here, Day of the Animals. This is a classic animal attack movie with Leslie Nielsen, who plays the jerk so well in this one, and some special features on here too. This is the Scorpion Releasing Edition. Kind of hard to come by, so I got a good deal on it, so I was definitely pleased on that. But yeah, there's I really like the ecological horror elements and everything with the animal attack ones I enjoyed too, but this one had that more of an ecological aspect to it, so they kind of play that up, and I appreciate that. I really want to get Grizzly next. That's next on my hit list. Yeah, this is actually from the same director as Grizzly. In fact, it follows up from his '76 film Grizzly, so a new HD master, and definitely excited to add this to my collection now. If you haven't seen it and you like animal attack movies, would definitely recommend the heck out of it. Next up, although I will say one thing, I do remember there were certain scenes in here, it looked like there's parts that were edited out. Like maybe there was a longer cut. Like I remember after one of the parts when the group breaks up, and some of the Leslie Nielsen's group, they look all bruised and battered. They didn't really explain what happened. Just kind of maybe just normal wear and tear of going through the woods. But yeah, basically they go up on this I want to say like a mountain into the woods, very isolated area. They have to fly in there with a helicopter, and then the group starts getting attacked by animals. So that's pretty much fight to survive after that, the whole thing. And then there's a small town that gets overrun and attacked by animals. There's some crazy scene with the rats jumping at one of the characters. So yeah, some of it's kind of silly a little bit with that part, but then other ones are pretty good animal attack scenes like you don't normally see. So that's one of the things that really stands out for this one. Next up is The Shrine, which I got off of eBay. This is one I wanted to check out for a long time. This is a region-free release right here. This is the UK one, because you can see the little rating logos. I've always hated how other countries put the rating logos like that, especially Australia. It's really obstructive right there. And then Germany is pretty big too, so I never really cared for those ones. I don't know, why can't you just put them on the back or put them on a sticker on the outside? I hate that. It ruins the artwork for me, but yeah, this one really surprised me. It started out kind of slow, and then like midway through it was just like eh, and then the last I don't know, I want to say half an hour, amazing. Loved it. It definitely turned my whole opinion of it. It actually kind of lulls you into a false sense of security. A reporter and like an intern and then her boyfriend end up going to Albania, I believe it is. Although one thing I didn't like too is they first they show on the screen they're in Poland, and then all of a sudden they're in Albania. I'm like, you don't even need to put Poland in there, just put Albania. You know, they're traveling to Albania to find this missing backpacker and kind of do a story on it, and they're trying to track him down, and they go to this one town that kind of doesn't take kindly to strangers, and they're trying to uncover why that is. There's like this crazy smoke cloud thing, fog everywhere, and they're trying to figure out what's going on in there. And man, there's a scene in here that's kind of like I don't even really want to give it away, but there's one scene in here that's really creepy, and then I love the ending to this movie. There's aspects of the ending kind of remind me a little bit of Evil Dead, and a couple other little aspects that remind me of other horror movies, but love the twist to this one. The twist really makes this movie, and I would definitely recommend checking this one out. A really good low-budget horror movie. Next up is these next 3 are the ones that I got from Target, the buy 2 get 1 free deal. It's Chef. I saw this on Netflix, and instantly after I saw it, I was like, I need to own this on physical media. Whenever I want to watch it, I can just pull it off the shelf, because a lot of times Netflix loses the rights to their movies. I remember a couple of years ago, Netflix had a great horror selection. Now their horror selection is garbage. So they continually lose the rights to movies, and a lot of people say, why do you buy physical media? I mean, it's the same thing. I want to be able to see a movie anytime I want, and you can't always count on Netflix or other streaming services. So this one was just a really heartwarming movie. Jon Favreau plays a chef, and he's divorced, and with Sofia Vergara's his ex-wife, and they have a kid together, and the kid always wants to spend time with him. There's the little kid right there, and he's always so busy because he's working at a fancy restaurant, and then he ends up going crazy on a food blog critic, and he loses his job, so he starts his own food truck company, which is basically how he started out to begin with. And great supporting cast: John Leguizamo, Scarlett Johansson, Oliver Platt, Bobby Cannavale, Dustin Hoffman, Robert Downey Jr. So yeah, just a fantastic cast in here, and this is written and directed by Jon Favreau as well. I remember him way back in the day. You know, Swingers was like the first thing that I remember seeing him, and that was such a classic to me. I remember we used to quote that all the time. I can't remember all the. You're so money, you don't even know it. What it is like you're like a bear just batting them around. I can't remember all the lines, but that was such a classic, and he's come a long way. He's just blown up in Hollywood, obviously, but this is a really heartwarming movie, and instantly I was like, I have to own this. So very happy to pick that one up. And all these were relatively inexpensive, so souped on that too. My Dog Skip, which is a heartwarming story about, you know, a young kid who doesn't have any friends, and his parents get him the dog, and Diane Lane, Luke Wilson, Kevin Bacon, and Frankie Muniz. And then, you know what I don't, oh yeah, Kevin Bacon right there too. At first I thought they missed him on the cover. There he is. But yeah, it's my only gripe with this one was the ending. I wanted more from the ending, but it's still a very heartwarming story. A little, any kind of dog movie like this, you know what's going to happen at the end, but yeah, so this was it's for me, it's kind of a classic dog story movie. It's set, I can't remember when this is supposed to be set in. I guess maybe is this, I can't remember if it was World War II. I think it might have been around World War II, but yeah. Frankie Muniz, young Frankie Muniz, I don't think he's been in anything recently, and Diane Lane was stunning in this. Diane Lane, definitely very attractive. But yeah, I really enjoyed this one, and I would definitely recommend checking it out if you're into those kind of like heartwarming but slightly tragic dog story kind of movies. One thing I always say when I see dogs being like killed in the movies, I'm more affected than when humans get killed in the movies. Like I Am Legend, that one scene. There's certain other movies like that too. I'm just like, ah, gets me right there. But next up is Dead Silence. I had this on an Australian, no, it was the UK release. It's like the thicker one with a different cover, like a white cover. And that was a region-free one. I had that for years because there was no official Blu-ray release here in the States. And then I decided to get rid of that one because it's a little bit bulkier, and this is the artwork I always remember. So I decided to pick this one up and get rid of my other one. I sold the other one already. So yeah, this is, for me, one of my favorites from James Wan, probably my second favorite from him. The Conjuring is now my new favorite. The original Conjuring, Conjuring 2, I hated. I think I'm in the minority in that one. It was just too formulaic, too predictable. You knew what was going to happen when he pushes the little toy and the toy comes back out, and other little things like that. And there's really no scares in the movie. It was just too formulaic and generic for me. The first Conjuring, though, while it was nothing new conceptually, it's the best of its kind of time, or the best of its ilk, if you will, with the exorcism, possession kind of stuff. And but this one, though, this used to be my favorite from him, but now it is my second favorite. And I know I'm not a big Ryan Kwanten fan. He's been in a ton of stuff, but I definitely enjoy him in this one. And again, the creepy ventriloquist vaudeville dolls and Mary Shaw, just super creepy imagery in here, and just one that always freaked me out. So very happy to add this one to the collection, kind of again, but on the official US release. So there you go. Those are my 5 pickups right there. If you've seen any of them, definitely let me know what you think of them. Leave me a comment or video response down below. Hope everyone's doing well. Take care.